calling all entrepreneurs. Come to your televisions now. If you're interested in selling your own products through Amazon, you are in for some good advice today. Amazon expert Adam Hudson is here to talk about the benefits of selling your products online, how you can start, and how you can, more importantly, prosper. Good morning. Nice to have you here, Adam.
Thank you for having me. It's a real pleasure.
This is really interesting because there are a lot of people who say, I want to get into this internet e-commerce thing, but I don't quite know how to do it, and is it really worth it?
Right. Look, Amazon's a game changer for entrepreneurs because they do so much of the work for us. You know, they've got the website, they've got the traffic, they've got the trust, and they'll even warehouse your goods for you. So it just makes it so easy for entrepreneurs anywhere to get into e-com.
So where do you start?
Where do you begin? Well, look, the trick to it is finding a great product, and that's what most people want to know is how do I find the right thing to sell? So that's the first point, and then from there, it's just a case of following the breadcrumbs to figure it out how to go forward.
You have 3 keys to finding a good product to sell on Amazon.
Yes.
Tell me about those.
The first one is getting a product that's visually differentiated. So Amazon's kind of like Tinder for products. When people search for something, the first thing they look at is the photo. So it's got to be a great, highly differentiated product with amazing photography. The second one is sell things that people care about. So the more people care about the purchase, the more they're going to look deeper into the product listings, the more they're going to read the reviews and be prepared to pay a little bit extra. And the last one is sell stuff where there's high volume. You know, don't go and try and invent something that nobody knows exists, because the whole point of being on Amazon is there's millions of customers going there every day looking for stuff already.
Okay, so how do you find something like that? And what are the top 5 products? Can you give me like maybe the top 2 products that sell on Amazon?
Oh, look, electronics and clothing are always huge, but they're quite prohibitive for smaller entrepreneurs to get into. So it's really interesting. When you look at Amazon, you'll see, like, for example, a shower chair for people who need to sit down and shower.
Right.
And you'll see it's dominated by big medical companies, and they all look exactly the same. They're white plastic with grey legs, but they do like $70,000 to $100,000 a month each chair.
Jeez.
And nobody's differentiated at all. So there's an example, or even just little simple stuffed toys, like a stuffed kid sloth does like $40,000 a month on Amazon. So it's really a case of just tumbling down some rabbit holes and taking a look. And there's bits of software now that you can push a button while you're browsing Amazon. It'll tell you the monthly sales of the item.
Really?
And so, yeah, so there's a little piece of software called ZonGuru that does that. And so when you're looking at Amazon, usually people go to buy stuff. With this little bit of software, you hit the button and it says that product's doing this much in sales. And it makes you start to see Amazon very differently.
So that's a really good tip. That's really interesting. So, I mean, you just rattled off a couple of numbers of $40,000 a month. I mean, that would change your life dramatically.
It really does, yeah. Yeah, we've taught students all over the world how to do that, and the volume shock people, you know. Americans are dog lovers, you know, the money that's in like anxiety jackets for dogs or dog seat covers is, the average dog seat cover does $100,000 a month on page 1 of Amazon, and there's 20 of them. So it's a $2 million a month business just on page 1 of Amazon for dog seat covers.
Now, you have this book called Prime, Your Guide to Building an Amazon. Is it a step-by-step?
It is a step-by-step.
It's going to make me rich?
It all takes work, as you know, but it's a great starter book for people who've only really ever thought about buying on Amazon and think, I wouldn't mind selling something. So it really shows people how to easily get into the Amazon business.
All right, so the question I have is you said something earlier about Amazon does all the work for you. So do I actually have to physically have these products? Do I have to know about these products enough to sell them online, or what's the process there?
Here's the really interesting part. They have a program called FBA, Fulfilled by Amazon, and it means that we can ship our products from wherever they're made straight into Amazon's fulfillment centers, and we don't have to touch it. Like, I live in Australia, and I've been selling on Amazon here for 8 years from my place on the beach there, and I sell to American customers and into 30 countries around the world.
From your place on the beach there.
Without having to be there at all. So it's an amazing business model. It's a real game changer.
And so you tell me a little bit about the online courses, because you actually, not only do you have a book, but you also have online courses. Tell me about
we
this.
have about 7,000 students around the world now, and we teach people how to do it step by step by step. But the real secret is we have a community of sellers. So we have about 7,000 people in our private Facebook group. We support them. We run live conferences for them. So a lot of times it's a bit like going to the gym. It's not that the gym doesn't work, it's that people get excited and then they don't stick with it. So we've really put an emphasis on the community and the support around it. And we have masterminds all over the world. So people meet up either online or in groups over a bottle of wine once a month and hold each other accountable to the little steps that it takes to get your first Amazon product live.
Okay, so So you said something right there. The first Amazon product live. That means that people are thinking about the second and the third and the fourth
Sure.
product once they have success with it.
Exactly. A lot of people don't know, but 2/3 of Amazon's revenue almost is done by third-party sellers, which is by private sellers who are selling on Amazon rather than Amazon selling their own products. So it's a big business, and yeah, so it's exciting.
How much money does it require to start?
Look, I think realistically to do it properly, a minimum of about $5,000 to buy just a small amount of one product, to get your photography done properly and your packaging and stuff like that. It's pretty high standards you got to pitch at these days to really crack into Amazon. So about 5,000 as a minimum is my.
So I don't have to go to San Francisco and pitch VCs. I can do this out of my savings.
You can do this out of your savings
Yeah.
or out of your credit card, and just do it as a side hustle. You know, we always say don't put all your chips in the middle of it. Just learn it slowly, and once you got your confidence up, then start to build it from there.
Adam Hudson, some great advice. All right, so you can. Is there a website that you have?
Yes, reliable.education. So just www.reliable.education, the full word, not .edu and no.com.
Fantastic. We'll link to that on KUSI.com. Nice to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
I'll let you know when I make my first million.
Please do. Thanks for having me.
Great.